Hello. You might have noticed that there is no session this week. We decided to take a break to try to get out of winter because all of us are just tired of winter in general. And didn't help that one of us had a power outage and another one was practically trapped in ice. So instead of a session involving me and my friends, I'm going to show you an RPG. We are going to create a character in another system other than 5th edition. Other than 5th edition. Which we've been using. I'm going to be showing you how to make a character in Pathfinder. Usually I would put it on... I would basically, do it manually on pen and paper, which is how I would want to do it, but I think I'm going to just show off one of the many programs to make a character online, because that's how things are done usually. Now, Pathfinder is basically a version of 3.5, part of the original OGL. We all know about that, don't we? The OGL license. I know how things have gone. Now, I'm going to start by creating my 5th edition character in Pathfinder, Lyra. PC, player. I'm using a program called PC Gen. It's a free program you can find online, and it can basically you could use it to create a lot of characters. You can use it to create Starfinder, Pathfinder, and I think you can do Star Wars if you want to. Yeah, there's a Star Wars D20. Right, she's female. Think of right-handed. Lyra is chaotic good. I'm not gonna bother with the deities. Now, select ability scores. Now, there are a couple methods to do ability scores in Pathfinder. My favorite is roll 4d6. Take away the lowest. But the way we've been doing it in 5th edition in our own sessions has been point buy. So I will try to go for point buy instead. Going epic fantasy here, so purchase epic fantasy, 25 points. This is using Pathfinder logic, which means that in 3.5/Pathfinder, the ability scores have no cap, so there's no level. So you don't stop at 20. You can stop at any. You can stop at pretty much any point. But when it comes to point buy, you still stop at 18. All right, let's check our ability scores. See what we can make Lyra. However, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to go down here and select a class. Well, actually, I'm going to stand here and select a class. Sorry, my brain's not working. Now, let's see what we can do. There is, as far as I know, there is no Blade Singer in Pathfinder. But I can come up with something a bit close to that. Let's see here. But there is something close to that. On. The closest thing to a Blade Singer we've got is the Magus. So we'll use that. What does a Magus need? That's the question we need to ask. I'm going to look up my own. I do go look up an archive and see what does a Magus need in a bit, and then we'll be right back to you in a second. So, a Magus needs a Dexterity, and intelligence for their scores. So let's focus on that. Boost our dex. Cannot be raised above 18. That's the thing I love about Pathfinder. It goes... You know what? I forgot to add the race. That's on me. So we'll go with half elf. 26. 26. Yeah, she's an adult. Alright. Now, her bonuses... Go with intelligence. Ooh. Yeah, I can't add any more. But I do not like the idea that her... About how low her abilities are. So I'm going to focus on... PC Gen will keep track of the ability score about the points spent by you're using. I'd talk with your... I basically tried to keep track of it if you're planning on using this method yourself. But let's boost her constitution, because the last thing we want is for her to have, like... no health if she's going to be on the front lines. So we're going to boost her intelligence, and then boost her wisdom. There we go. That looks like a good stat array. Not as good as what she is normally, which she has like 22 intelligence, thanks to a little card, but it's good. Alright. Now let's talk about her languages. Now, the ability scores. Now we add the levels. I set the abilities, so... And... Uh-oh. There's a little problem here. I spent 26 points instead of 25. Oh, well. There. Fix that problem. There, problem solved. Alright, I'm at 10 HP in Megas. But we are going to add 10 more levels upon. I'm going to add 10 more levels upon that. So, add. Because we are currently... Now, the best part about Pathfinder that I like is that you can choose an ability score and at certain points. And then you choose a feat every other level. So, you're not just stuck choosing between a feat and an ability score. I prefer that part of Pathfinder / 3.5 over 5th edition. Not saying the 5th edition is entirely bad, but that's one thing I wish that 5th edition kept, is the ability score and the feat. It makes things way better. I kind of prefer 5th edition. I kind of prefer 3.5 over 5th edition. There's a lot more customizability, a lot more stuff to do. You get to actually choose your own points, but Adam he's more into the whole... Adam prefers the easiness of 5th edition, so he won't change that. I tried to throw a, I try to throw a bone to him every now and then to see if he won't let me use Pathfinder, but well, if you won't let me do it, you won't let me do it. Now, here's a problem. I don't like using, I don't like rolling 1 for HP, so I'm going to change these 1 tiers by rolling. I'm going to check the mages again. Mages, I believe, has a D8 for ability scores. Their hit die. Yep, her hit die is D8. Already, Lyra's in a much better spot here. In 5th edition, she's a wizard. 8. Nope. 5. Okay, I'm using a dice roller. I'm not playing seriously, so I'm just gonna be using whatever. Alright. Now you do the other one. I rolled a 2 on that one. Amazing. Hey, it's better than 1! So yeah, alright, Lyra's a little bit better off. She has a D8 instead of a D6 in hit die. Though she has less HP, surprisingly. But her armor class is pretty high. Now, we're gonna see. Now, you're probably noticing the statistics right here. These are all a bunch of. The thing about 3.5 that I don't like is that it is definitely pretty complicated on surface level. If you don't know what's going on, all these are just going to be Greek to you. I will try to walk you through as fast as possible, but suffice it to say, it's not as complicated as it looks. This is your HP. This is pretty obvious. Base attack bonus. So, you know how 5th edition has proficiency bonuses? 3.5 has base attack bonuses. And base attack bonuses is basically an ever-increasing number that you can add to your regular attack. The first number... see, and why there are two numbers? Those are the equivalent of multi-attack. When you use a full attack action, you can attack twice. Or attack amount... Actually, not... When you're using a full attack action, you can hit multiple times, depending on how many numbers you got in your base attack bonus. So, let's say if Lyra's making an attack, she'll roll a +8, add a +8 to her first attack roll, and a +3 to her second attack roll. Of course, this does not account for weapon attacks, regular weapon attacks. So, if Lyra, say, is using her dexterity attack, she's adding +4 to the base attack bonus on both rolls. This is her initiative, which is obvious. You add her dex. AC, again, you add your dex to 10. Flat-footed is what happens when there's like a special condition where you don't add your dex to your AC. That's something that happens in combat. It's kind of like a surprise round. So when you're surprised, you lose that dex bonus. Touch is basically, is kind of similar. You add your dex. It's pretty much the same thing as AC. Fortitude, these are your saving throws. The thing about 3.5 that's less complicated than 5th edition is that there are 3 saving throws instead of 6. I don't know why they changed that. Never made any sense to me, but whatever. But yeah, Fortitude, you add your Constitution bonus, plus a base Fortitude save. So yeah, think about each class as they get a bonus to their saves every level up. Same thing with base attack bonus. Base attack bonus gets a certain level up on. They get a bonus. They get a special flat number to each they get a special number to their base attack bonus and their saving throws. So, on the next level up, Lyra will get a +9, +4, and she'll add another number to either her Fortitude, Reflex, or Will save based on the table she gets. Now, we'll worry about encumbrance. Oh, we're not gonna worry about that. These are, again, these other statistics are basically flavor, obviously. Vision, we got low light. Vision is basically the most useful part. Now for bonus languages. I think Lyra can learn more than one? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna give her Celestial. Okay, languages remaining over here. Duh, I could see that. Alright, let's give her Celestial, Draconic. And she's a total nerd, so she's gonna get a lot of out there languages. Wow, I don't see anything else. I'm just gonna pick a random one. Let's do a true speech, because why not? There we go. Now, we are going to... Our next course of action will be skill points. Oh wait, let me check the race here. Because I think half-elves can pick. No, never mind. Oh, half-elves don't get anything. For Lyra. Oops. I accidentally clicked off Lyra. Clicked off Lyra's race. That's my bad. Now, let's go with class. So skills. Let's see what... Now. These are class proficiencies. Kind of like how proficiency bonuses add to a certain skills. Same with here. Now, besides your ability score modifier, we can add skill points to each of these skills to increase them according to Lyra's level. You only got now on first level, you get a special number of skill points plus your additional, in addition to your intelligence modifier. If you're intelligent, so on your class list, you have skill ranks per level. 2 plus, for the Magus, the skill ranks per level are 2 plus intelligence modifier. Lyra has intelligence of plus, has a high intelligence, so she will have 6 skill points to use across for each per level on each of her skills. Let's figure out what we're going to give Lyra. Now I can see that this is going to be overwhelming, and I know I can understand that, but it's really not when you get into the nitty-gritty of it. We're not going to worry about so let's figure out what we can give Lyra. Now, you can only get to a maximum of your specific level. So if you're level 11, your skill points can only reach up to a maximum of 11. Now, let's see here. Yes. Now, these yeses are your class skills. So, on your class listing, you will have... So, on the Magus' class, main class skills are Climb, Craft, Fly, Intimidate, Knowledge, Arcana, Knowledge, Engineering, Knowledge Planes, Profession, that's basically a flavor skill, Ride, and Spellcraft, Swim, and use Magic Device. So, what can we give Lyra try focus on? So, again, Jessica, I didn't. Problem with Lyra now. Skill points can be acquired. So spend some time adding to these ranks here. I can see how this can be overwhelming. There's a lot of points to be dedicated to areas. I recommend usually just making a character a level 1, obviously. 5th edition, you can make a character level 3 and you'll still be good, but 3rd edition, this really needs to be a level 1. Unless you're like me and you know what you're doing. Skills in 3rd edition work a lot like skills in 5th edition. You roll a d20 and you add your main skill points. So, for Lyra, she has an Arcana, so she adds her intelligence plus her skill points she put into it, so it will be 18. I don't know why we have Climb as a class skill when Dexterity is important, but whatever. Congratulations, Lyra can now climb with plus 12, even though she has minus 2 to it. Alright. What kind of profession should we give Lyra? Let's give Lyra a profession of librarian. Technically an adventurer, but she got her start as a scholar. She got her start in the library, so why not? See here, one last thing we can give her is give her use Magic Device, why not? There we go. Now we have put her skill points everywhere we want to. Now let's move on to the fun part. Ability bonus. Oops. Okay, I was wondering where that was. So we are now at our half-elf racial ability bonuses. Down here. So what do we want to give Lyra? Boost her intelligence, dexterity. Constitution's also good because need more health. Let's take a look back at our ability scores here. If Lyra's going to be a frontliner, mid-range or frontliner, Constitution would definitely be helpful. Dexterity, on the other hand, will give her better attack and better AC. For Lyra, let's move on to intelligence, because I think that fits her more. The skills, feats, and abilities. So let's boost her intelligence. Alright, now let's take a look at adaptational bonus feat. Skill focus. What do we want to focus on? Skill focus basically just allows you to... oh, by the way, I forgot to bring it up. The class skills, if you try to put points into a skill that isn't a class skill, then you have to add 2 points to make 1 point. If that makes any sense. Basically, it costs 2 points to add 1 skill point to a non-class based skill. You have +3 bonus on all checks involving the chosen skill. Well, that's all wonderful. Let's see here. Let's give her 3+3 to... Or if I have 10 or more, the bonus increases to +6. So let's put the spellcraft. Why not? I miss spellcraft from 3.5. Spellcraft is basically what it says it is. You make a spell. Sadly, Lyra does not get that. She was raised by an elf. This means that she gets all cultural training and education. I'm just trying to stick with her own backstory here, so... Uh-oh. Guess she doesn't get that. Sorry, Lyra. Move. She does get a proficiency. Martial weapons. Exotic weapons, you're probably never gonna get that. Unless your DM is nice to you. Let's give her a martial weapon proficiency. Lyra's main weapon in Lumina is a rapier. Now, Lumina, I homebrewed myself, so... Alright, come on. Why is it not working? There we go. It wanted to be a jerk. Let's see if I can find a rapier. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, and the exotic weapons. There. Why isn't it letting me add any weapon proficiency? I can add exotic weapon proficiency, but not martial weapons. For some strange reason. It does not like that button, apparently. So, let's just see here. I'm gonna go with dual sword, why not? Also, Elven Curve Blade, what's not? Because apparently PC Gen does not like it when I'm not like anything else, so... Favorite class. I remember my favorite class basically gives you extra bonuses. So let's make it a Magus. Hold on 1 second here while I get some stuff up. Favorite class. Yeah, okay. You get +1 hit point, +1 skill rank, or any other type of benefit when you pick a favorite class in Pathfinder. This is what I mean by 3.5 of Pathfinder being more customizable and more complex than 5th edition. A lot of cool extra bonuses. So let's figure out what we want to give her. Qualified. There, that makes things easier. Arcane Pool. We will get to that in a bit. Well, I'll explain that in a bit, so... Ace Arcane Pool. Worry about that later, but Vegas Arcana first. What kind of cool stuff can we give Lyra? Arcane accurate strike. Spend 2 points from her arcane pool as a swift action to resolve all her melee weapon attacks. What? Melee touch attacks. I'm not quite sure what that exactly means, but that sounds really cool. Let's go with that. Lyra could pick 3 of these. Let's Spelling Strike. With a special power. Weapon strikes to a creature in the next minute. That creature is subject to a target to dispel magic using her level. I see a little higher than the number of arcane points you spend to activate this ability. Interesting. During Blade. Increase the duration. I'm not gonna go exactly into what Magus does. This is mostly character creation. I usually use a website. I'm using right now a website called d20pfsrd.com. I'll post a link in the description to help me out with this one. I usually use a site called Archives and Nethys, but it's down for some reason. I'll still post a link to it, but that one's helped me a lot, especially when it comes to Starfinder. I don't know, maybe next time I'll create a Starfinder character and show you what that's like. Sorry if I'm a little silent, I'm currently thinking. No, why is it +0? Probably something we'll figure out later. And yeah, I guess there's a lot of stuff here, and I need to figure it out. Let's go Spellbreaker. No, wait, let's go Spell Shield do it. Ooh. Wait, you should deny this dexterity bonus against to make his attacks? That sounds stupid. I love it. Alright. Now. What? Bonus Mage Arcana. I can add bonuses to my stuff? Okay, bonus Arcane Pool. I have a feeling those are like, kind of like magic points. 1/6 of a new Mage's Arcana. That might as well not use it at all. Four, 5, 6. Yeah, I know, I'm still using it. And I gotta add some bonus HP to Lyra. That's the best part about favorite class is that you can add bonuses like your bonus skill points or bonus hit points. As Lyra is a melee attacker, adding bonus hit points is pretty useful. If I were a gunslinger, I could add bonus grit points. Move more quickly. Functions as haste, but only target you can last for 0 rounds, so probably equivalent to the arcane pool that the mages is supposed to have. Alright, let's back to summary and see what we need to do. Feat. Alright. Again, this is the cool part about 3.5 is that you get a lot of feats. including your class feats. So Lyra gets a total of 8 feats. So you got 6 regular feats from leveling up, and 2 bonus feats from your class. Fighters get a lot more bonus feats than any other class. So let's figure out what we want to give her. Now I'm gonna give her toughness so she can survive longer. Poor girl. Why not? See here. I think I realized why Lyra can't use martial weapons. Magus is proficient in all simple martial weapons. That's probably why I can't pick martial weapons in this program. Whoops. Oh well. So let's see what we can get Lyra. Help her out. This is gonna be very different because unfortunately for like I said, unfortunately for Lyra, she can't use any of her main Blazinger abilities. I said Magus is similar, but not as similar as a Blazinger is. This is probably the only reason why I don't want to switch to Pathfinder is that if I want to give Lyra her abilities, it would have to be either A, heavily homebrewed, or B, I would have to learn a whole new class. But that's neither here nor there. Brute critical. Threat range doubled. So in 3.5, each weapon has a critical threat range. It's not just a nat 20 and you make a crit range. You make a crit. In 3.5 Pathfinder, your weapon usually has a critical threat range. So say you have a longsword that's a 19 to 20. For critical, we can go through the... We can now get her a higher amount of critical threat range and make her even worse. This is for a specific weapon. For Lyra, it will be a rapier. And I just realized that in order for Lyra to actually be able to hit with her sword, she needs weapon finesse. This is the thing I like about 5th edition, is that they automatically give you finesse on certain weapons. But unfortunately, in 3.5 / Pathfinder, you need to actually pick a feat for it. A weapon focus to give a +1 on that to all attack rolls, make her more accurate. Again, I missed weapon focus. They're all the things that got rid of in 3.5. The customizability and things like that. Now let's see what we can get. Let's see. We got 2 feats remaining. It's hard to really figure out what I want to get her. Because unlike my previous character, Gwen, Lyra does not have a whole lot of feats. So let's give her some extra spells. It's one of the difficulty class against spells with invisible magic you select. For Lyra, it would be evocation. So, boom. Now, let's see here. What can spell? I can hear Lyra making fun of Riken now. She's going, now I have metamagic abilities. Now I have metamagic abilities. You aren't so special. And I can hear Riken going, oh no, Lyra. you have spell-like abilities, but you're not even the same class. Alright, piercing spell. Ooh, lowers spell resistance. Oh, right, I gotta actually click this button right here. Mage bonus feat. Make us bonus feats. Piercing spell. I like it. It treats the spell resistance as 5 lower than usual. Alright. Now we're going to one last thing to add. Arcane Strike. Or magic is preferred for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. Perfect! That is it for Lyra. What else do we need to give her? Traits. Alright. Ah, okay. So, traits are basically things that each race can get that'll add bonuses. +1 trait bonuses on something, and always use a class skill for you. Knowledge, local. Boom. I like this as part of the background. Mentored. No, let's not go. Oh, Magic Crafter. Bonus on price checks. Oh, I like that. And now we are done with, for the most part, on figuring out what Lyra needs gets. We'll see here. What do we need to... Now, for a few things, we need to figure out what spells she can learn. And then we'll figure out her inventory, and we'll see her final character sheet. Ah. In case you're wondering, DC here is decided by spell level plus your caster level. It's basically decided on your spell level. Hold on, I think I might have been reading that wrong. Give me 1 second, I'm going to look up what spell DC looks like. It's been a while since I played this game. Calculate spell DC, you need 10 plus your spell level plus your ability modifier. So, for Lyra, it'll be your wisdom. So we're... so it'll be +5. So it'll be 10 plus 5 for her. Well, 10 plus... So it'll be 10 plus 1 plus 5 for level. I like this ability. I kind of wish we got it back, but no, nothing we can get. Alright, so you can learn. I'll see what... Oh, never mind. I'm going to take another look at the Magus here. See what spells per day she can learn. She's level 11, means her spells per day go up to 4. Magus uses wizard spellbooks. Cool! And okay, I'm reading up on the arcane pool. You don't need to know anything about the arcane pool, though, since you probably won't be making a Magus. That's something I would have to worry about now. Let's pick a random bit of spells you can learn. Oh yeah, it's right here. You can cast 7 first level spells, 5 second level spells, 5 third level spells, and 3 fourth level. I usually like so let's pick some 7 first level spells. Here. Can't go wrong with magic missile. Air strike. Boom! Strike multiple opponents with a single attack. That's actually kind of cool. Magic weapon. Shock shield. Shield. True strike. True strike is a lot more useful in this game than 5th edition. Actually add bonuses to it instead of just giving you advantage. Expedition Street. See here. There. Featherfall always works. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 1 more. Zero Shocking Grasp. Alright. 1 spells added. Let's add some level 2 spells. What do you mean knock isn't on here? Dang, that's Lyra. That's one of my favorite spells. So in lieu of knock being existing, let's pick some random spells. See here. Blur always helpful. There, I could pick 5. So let's pick some random spells. Effortless armor. No longer slows your speed. Yeah, that works. Perfect for her. Visibility. She has that actually. She does have that in 5th edition. In her 5th edition character sheet. Scorching Ray. Thanks to our favorite Warlock NPC. Time Shudder. What does that do? Nearby creatures are affected by haste are slow each round? How is that not broken? The cast time, duration, run round. Okay, I get it. It's only a single round. That's actually kind of cool, though. When you think about it, Lyra could just slow people down in one shot. Alright, let's go down to the 3rd level spells. I'm not gonna worry about higher level spells at this point. Obviously, since you can't learn any of them, there's no point. Now, this is gonna be my favorite one. Blink. I love Blink. And Fireball. Why not Fireball? Downside to this. Now, the downside to 3.5 in Pathfinder is that you don't upcast spells. However, unlike 5th edition, your spells actually increase in power as you level up. So your spell level, depending on your spell level, you'll get a higher amount of damage to your higher amount of dice rolls to your damages. It's 1d6 of fire damage per caster level, to a maximum of 10d6. So for Lyra, since Lyra's level 11, she now has 10d6 to her fireball damage. It isn't as, I don't think it's nearly as, I do kind of like the upcasting ability, but it increasing as you level up is pretty dang useful. Alright. Haste. Spell magic. And let's go with elemental aura. Okay, but what does it do? Nah, not gonna worry about that right now. Let's give her locate weakness. Roll damage twice, and you roll damage for a critical hit. Okay, take the best damage. Okay, that doesn't seem that really all that useful to me. I don't really think about what I'm going to do. I just gonna give her slow, just to why not f up the villains even more. Now, this does have the benefit, now, it going by caster level does have the benefit of helping half-casters more than regular spellcasters. If you're a half-caster, like a paladin, this will be a lot more useful to you. Now, we can take 3 4th-level spells. Detonate. Ooh, energy damage! Let's see what we got here. Yeah, you'll find that Pathfinder has a lot more spells than 3.5, if you can believe that. Give her, Detonate sounds cool. I like Detonate. Sadly, I think Dealing Strike is a, 5th edition spell. And not a 3.5. Lyra! Sadly, for Lyra, secretly deals less damage to... Dang, that's actually pretty useful. Controls Fireball. Not sure how that works, but hey! That's actually a lot more useful than regular Fireball. I also can't pick Soul Bond because that is a homebrew spell. But I can go for one of the walls. Wall of Sound. Sonic damage. I don't understand why they keep calling it thunder damage when sonic damage fits way more, but whatever. I'm not a game designer. Alright, we clicked our spells. Now for our inventory. Yikes, that is a lot of stuff. But we're just gonna focus on armor and a weapon for Lyra. Normally I'd homebrew her Illuminous weapon, but we're not gonna worry about that. Now, let's see what Magus... now, I'm going to take a quick look at what Magus needs. In terms of armor proficiency, they are proficient with light armor. And they can cast Magus spells while wearing light armor without incurring the arcane failure chance. Okay, so an arcane failure chance... So, if you're wearing armor, and you don't have a special feat like a Magus does, your spells will have a chance of failure. So... if you're wearing light armor, you'll have a 10% spell chance of failure. And the heavier you go, the more and more chance of a spell failure you get. They kind of dropped that in 5th edition, and it's slightly annoying. But we'll get there. What do we want to give her? Let's give her elf chain or stud. Let's get her regular stud leather. See if it's... Actually, you know what? Since this is a level 11 character, let's see if we can't find a magic armor for her. Magic, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, that's not... Here's what I'm gonna do. Leather armor. Let's go good old-fashioned leather armor. Let's go full good old-fashioned leather armor. Equipment? Oh. It's fun. I'm just gonna give her like 10,000. We're not playing seriously, so I'll just give her like 10,000 bucks. Or I can give her 10,000 bucks. There we go. I don't have to worry about that. Here. I have a +1 weapon. Here. Yeah, I'm learning pretty much as you are. Studded leather. Regular leather. Max dexterity 6. So, unlike a 5th edition, you have a max dexterity you can add to your armor. So, if you're wearing leather armor, you can add +6 to your armor class. Up to +6. If you have say +7 to your armor. Sorry. If you add +7, so if you have +7 to your dex, you can only add +6 to your armor class. Add a custom here. If your DM is nice, you can ask them for you can ask them for a sorry, I'm thinking. Ask them for standard class equipment. That's what I would do. Just ask them for starter equipment. Hopefully, let's give her a weapon. Now Lyra uses a rapier. Lyra here does not, however, Illumina is a homebrew weapon, and that'd be something I would have to spend a lot more time working on her abilities, because Lyra's Illumina has a lot of, is more modular. I rolled a d8 to figure out what its abilities were. You don't know this from the game itself, but I actually have, my sword gives me proficiency in perception. The last session I rolled another d8, and I got me 2d8 to force damage to the weapon blade. There's a lot more on those charts that I talked to Adam with, and I did go over with it. So I didn't just make this up on my own. I didn't just go, hey Adam, I have this new sword. I'm going to use it in battle. No, I did talk it out with him. So if Lyra's a little overpowered, you can blame him for it. I don't think it's overpowered, though. Everybody else, I made their magic items for them. Sort of. I didn't actually make them. I actually took a magic item handbook that I bought. I bought on Drive-Thru RPG, and I modified them a little bit for the purposes of the class. Again, I went through that with Adam, and I tried to tie them to each character. So, add custom. Just make it a +2 weapon. Add modifier. What? I think I can add something to this. Let's see if I can. Let's take a thought. Let's see if I can add. I can do it. I probably can do it. So Illumina. If you played a lot of, if you played Final Fantasy, you remember that name. Let's see what we can find. If I can't add a skill, I'm just gonna stick with a regular old force damage. Yeah, it doesn't look like it adds anything. We'll see if I can add force or energy damage. Energy is the closest one. If not, I'll just add a random damage bonus to it. Paper cut. Oh, bleed damage. That's for combat. I won't talk about it very much. I'm not gonna talk about that. We're not going into combat right now, so we're just gonna sticking with straight old, good old fashioned, good old fashioned weapons. Now, Lyra's Illumina has force damage, but I do not see anything involving energy on the list right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a flaming burst weapon. Let me show you what flaming burst does. Basic 1d6 fire damage on a critical hit does an additional fire damage. That's cool. So, okay. And And then keep the name I gave it. Oh well, we'll just stick with +2 Flaming Burst Rapier. Because why not? And that's about it. That's all Lyra needs, really. I could probably add some of the other magic items here, but that's not really important. We need to worry about right now. As you can see, there's a lot of equipment you could add. There's no attunement, so you can add whatever. You just have to worry about slots. And there's a lot of them, and I know there's a lot of them. But if you just focus on one thing, and I'm certain your DM will help you with that, if you just focus on one thing, you should be good. Now, if that's over, we don't have to worry about anything else. Let's look at the character sheet. Wait a minute, did I remember to equip them? I think I forgot to equip it. Let me equip it first. Yeah, equipment. Let Lyra equip it. You see? Head slot, hand slot, torso slot, leg slot, shield slot, and carried. Let's just equip this to our torso. And equip this to our hand. Our primary weapon. There we go. Now let's take a look at our character sheet and see what it's like. Now I know this seems like it's a lot, and I promise it's nowhere near as bad as it looks. As you see, here's our skill sheet. So let's see if Lyra needs to roll a. Let's go with an knowledge arcana check. She can roll d20 plus 19. So roll d20 plus her ability modifier, which is plus 5, plus her ranks, which is 11. Miscellaneous modifier, I think those are that's based on traits or whatever other magical stuff is going on. Her AC, her total AC is 17, but there's your touch, which is basically your base AC, so that's 10 plus your dexterity modifier plus 4. Your flat AC. What is that right here? Where's that 3 armor? Oh, armor bonus. Okay, never mind. Flat AC is your 10 without your dexterity modifier or any other bonuses like that. So, since your armor bonus is plus 3, you're just getting the 10 plus 3. So yeah, you drop the dexterity bonus based on your flat AC. So, you're caught flat-footed, her AC is now will be down to 13. Luckily, it's already on there. Don't have to worry about that. And now we got all this. There's no other bonuses, like armor, or like shield, or stats. Oh, sorry, there's a stat bonus. I gave myself confused here. The stat bonus is plus 4. Her HP is 86. She's already in a better place than she was. Don't worry about this. Damage reduction. Unlike 5th edition, you get like a -5. You can have like -5, 10, or whatever to certain damage types. Instead of just resistance, instead of just like rolling twice. Her initiatives, of course, plus 4 using her dex. Same as it's been. Has not been changed, thank God. She does not get arcane failure due to her armor because of her class, but she did, it would probably be a plus 10 because it's because it probably could be 10% due to her armor. Maximum dex, so if she had plus 6, so if she had plus 7 dex, she'd only be able to add plus 7 to her leather armor. And her saving throws. Her base is what her class gives her. So Omegas has base plus 7 at level 11. So base plus 7 to her fortitude at level 11. And base plus 7 to her will at level 11. And a base plus 4 to her reflex at level 11. And then you add her ability modifiers to each one. So you have plus 2 to 7, you get a fortitude save of plus 9. And your plus 4 to plus 3 to get a reflex of plus 7. That's the cool thing about 3.5 and Pathfinder classes is that they're only like 3 saving throws to worry about, and all 3 of them increase by your class. I really missed that part, but they just don't do that anymore. I don't understand why. Now we're sticking with base attack bonus is what your class gives you. So Her first attack would be +8, and her second attack would be +3. And here are her bases for each one. Oh, she has a +2 racial saving throw against enchantment spells and effects. That has not changed. Her melee, regular melee attack, if she was using a strength build, like say a longsword, would be a +6/+1 due to her strength. But she's using a finesse weapon, so we don't have to worry about that. Because here's her ranged, +12, +7. So her close combat bonus. So that's, again, this is stuff that you'll have to worry about if I were doing combat. I might do a combat session or even show off what combat looks like eventually. So we'll leave this in a future video. In a 3. I'll probably put this in a. I think I'll put this in a 3.5/Pathfinder tutorial video playlist, and I'll show you what combat's like. So Lyra has a finesse in her weapon, so instead she's using regular, good old-fashioned dexterity for her +2 rapier. So she'll add a +4 from her dex to her attack rolls. So she has a +2, so her rapier is +2. The only problem with this character sheet is that it makes the special properties super small. Here it's super small, but luckily it's right up here. So +2 rapier, +1d6 fire damage. On a critical hit, deals additional +1d10 additional fire damage. Awesome. Their armor bonus is +3, so she has +3 to her armor. So since her base attack bonus is +8, her dex is +4, be +12. But how am I getting 12? That full attack bonus. Basic thingy. Where's that +15 coming from? I don't know where that +15 is coming from. Sorry. You're getting a +5. He has a +4 dex. Oh, wait a minute. I think that might be a Magus thing. Let me check. Give me 1 second while I check the melee. Oh, see, I picked a medium armor. Magus gets a medium armor proficiency at level 7. Whoops. I think it might be a Magus thing. That's why there's like extra bonuses. Oh well. Maybe next time I'll show you what Pathfinder 2nd edition looks like, but anyway, oh well, I'll probably figure that out. Yeah, I think that might be a Magus thing. +2. 12 +4 is 12. So 12. 14. I think she gets a +1. Maybe she gets a +1 from her Magus abilities? Oh, duh! Her weapon focus. Her weapon focus feat gives her a +1 to her attack roll. Duh. Well. Alright, that's about it. I know this looks complicated at first, but I assure you it does not, is nowhere near as bad as it looks. PC Gen does help out a lot, but it's still kind of not really as intuitive as D&D Beyond, but I think it works for what it is. I just wish it told you a little bit more about your class. Like I said, I used this to help me out here. I used this to help me out a little bit. So as you can see, here's Magus and Toll. If you want to look for what class you need in Pathfinder, if you decide you want to make one yourself, go here. I'll post a link in the description. I'll also post a link to Archives of Nethys. Hopefully it'll be up again. And I will also post a link to PC Gen, so you can make your own Pathfinder character. And that's about it. Next week, again, we'll still be on a break. Next week I will probably be joined by my brother, so we'll see what happens then. I will see you all next time.